we are getting ready to load up this bad boy to head out on another epic RV trip. I've got 3 days worth of food to prepare for our vacation and a tiny little kitchen and fridge and freezer to store it all in. So let's go get to cooking. I'm gonna show you everything that I'm making for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 full days while we are down in Homer, Alaska on a fun camping RV adventure. For breakfast number 1, we are gonna do pancakes on the Blackstone. I had a friend who had an extra bag of Krusty's pancake mix and gave it to me. I'm definitely not gonna lug this giant bag in our camper, so I'm just gonna put what I need in my Ziploc bag. I like to doctor my pancake mix recipe up a little bit. My secret ingredient in my pancake mix is sourdough discard. Discard is basically unfed sourdough starter, and that's what I have here. And then I like to add in a couple of eggs also. I've got 3 cups of the pancake mix in here. I will add about a ½ cup of my sourdough discard and 2 eggs and 2 cups of cold water. That's gonna be our pancake mix. The best part of pancake day is homemade buttermilk syrup. I realized my sugar canister was empty, and I recently bought this sugar from Costco. It's just organic cane sugar. I've never used it before, but I thought I would try it out this go around. This is the easiest recipe in the world. You just need a stick of butter, a cup of sugar, a cup of buttermilk, vanilla, and baking soda. This syrup is so good. It will last in a container in the fridge for about a week to 10 days. So that's why I went ahead and just made this syrup ahead of time. I'm gonna pack it in the camper fridge, and then when I go to use it, I'm gonna reheat it up in a pot and add a little more baking soda so that we get, I love the frothy consistency of this, but after it settles, it just turns to this buttery, sugary syrup liquid, but I love the frothiness. So reheating it in the pan and adding the baking soda again will bring back that froth. So breakfast number 1 is done. We've got our batter, our sourdough discard. I will just need to add the eggs and the water at that time. We've got our syrup. We've got our baking soda. I had to label it because I always forget what my random baggies are. So these are ready to go into the camper. Breakfast number 2 is going to be sourdough discard chocolate chip muffins, and they're so good. I'm busting out my Bosch mixer to make this recipe. If you've never seen a Bosch before, this is my Bosch. It's a workhorse, does similar things like a KitchenAid would, but I prefer this Bosch over the KitchenAid. I got it as a wedding gift from my mother-in-law. Does amazing cookies, amazing mixing. I really love it. Here I'm just adding this sourdough starter into my mixing bowl. I'm cracking in an egg, a 1/4 cup of buttermilk, a ½ cup of sugar, and some melted butter. We're gonna let that mix and get our dry ingredients going. We've got flour, cinnamon, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. I will have this recipe also down in my video description. So apparently my cupcake pan did not make it when we moved to Alaska. And I guess I've never tried to make muffins since we've moved here. I do have a mini muffin tin, which I have used, but I don't want mini muffins. I'm gonna use this mini loaf pan for this muffin batter, and I think it's gonna be great. It'll be like little mini muffin loaves. I'm gonna get it sprayed and then get the batter in. While those are cooking in the oven, I'm gonna show you what I'm using for our breakfast number 3, which is just gonna be a simple eggs, bacon on the Blackstone, and sourdough toast. And like magic, I have bacon and sourdough in the freezer ready to go. This was just frozen from the last batch of sourdough I made, so we will bring this. And this is bacon that our next door neighbor makes. We buy it from him. He does this special brown sugar bourbon glaze that he puts on the slices of bacon, and it is the best bacon I have ever had. So we're gonna bring these 2. I'm just gonna keep these in the freezer. I'm gonna put this in the fridge to just slowly defrost. These I will just pull out of the freezer the night before we're gonna use them, put them in the fridge, and then they'll be ready to cook up in the morning that we're gonna do our eggs and bacon. So these are ready to go in the camper. I just opened that fridge to mold everywhere. I completely cleaned this fridge when we brought it home from our RV trip. I mean, I sanitized every inch of it. So I don't know what happened. Oh, this is so gross. Now I get to pause and take care of this nasty situation, which I will keep off camera because no one wants to see that. I got this thing cleaned. Leave your fridge open when you park your camper. Newbie camper owner. Should have known. You're supposed to leave the fridge door open to prevent moisture and mold. Lessons learned. These look so good. Don't they look so good? I'm not even sad that they're not a muffin shape. I kind of am obsessed with the little mini loaf shape. This looks so good. I am going to just let these cool, and once they're cooled, I am going to wrap them in, I think like plastic wrap individually so they'll stay nice and fresh, and then I'll just keep them in the fridge and then we will eat them when we want them. A little piece got stuck in the loaf tin, so I was able to taste it, and these are good. Total hit. If you have sourdough discard, don't just trash it when you're feeding your sourdough. You can turn it into all kinds of things. These muffins are great. I did decide that since we're gonna be eating these like 5 days from now, I am just gonna put them in the freezer in our camper and then defrost them the night before that we're gonna have them for breakfast. Breakfast is complete. We are now moving on to lunches. Since we may be out and about during the day, we might eat a few lunches out at like a restaurant or a cafe while we're down in Homer. But I am gonna prepare one lunch for my husband and I that will feed us for a few days, and then 2 just easy kid lunches. Kid lunch number 1, hamburgers and hot dogs. Doesn't get easier than this, and my kids love them. Easy kid lunch number 2. Quesadillas on the Blackstone. For the grown-up lunches, I'm just gonna make a big batch of chicken salad. That's always a hit, and I either like to put it in just like a wrap and make like a chicken salad wrap, or I'll put it on a slice of my sourdough bread. I love it that way also. So we're gonna start with a rotisserie chicken from Costco that we are going to shred up. Gotta roll up my sleeves for this one. I've got my chicken shredded up, and then I just need to add my fruit and veggies. Yes, I add fruit and vegetables to my chicken salad. Apparently all my additions for my chicken salad are green today, so that's pretty. I'm just gonna dump those into the chicken and then add in my mayo, mustard, and pickle powder. I just kind of eyeball until I like the consistency with the mayo and mustard. Pickle powder, I am using just like a half a teaspoon. This is very potent. This is freeze-dried pickles that I powdered down into a powder. It's really strong, but it's really flavorful and good. It's great in chicken salad, egg salad, all kinds of stuff. Here is how the final product looks. I love me a chunky chicken salad. I've got to give it a little taste just to, you know, make sure it's edible. That is perfect. It's funny because the pickle powder, I barely put any in, but you can taste it. It's strong, but in a good way. Chicken salad ready to go into the camper. While I'm in there loading it up, I'm gonna show you just some of the dry goods and snacks that we are packing with us. I still need to pack up our fruit and like fresh veggies, snack things, and then we're on to dinners. I've got some baskets that I put in my cabinets, but I'm just gonna fill some of my dry goods in here. What else? So I've got these 2 baskets. I got the pancake mix in here. These are just for if the kids need a snack or something. And my dry goods over there. I'm gonna load these up. Okay, are we gonna stay? I got this little basket full of just quick grab and go snacks. When the kids are starving, they can just pick something out of here and we'll have easy access to it. I splurged at Costco on these mini Pringles. My kids love Pringles. I thought I would be a nice mom, get these for our trip, and then the extras we can save for their school lunches. All right, are we ready to talk about dinners? I need some energy. It's taking a lot out of me today. But the dinner prep is actually going to be very simple because I am planning to do all of the cooking of the meals down at the campsite. I'm just going to prep all the ingredients to have them ready to go so they're easy to grab and easy to cook. Dinner number 1 involves tortillas, ground beef. Did you expect me to have a thing of ground beef this big? And the Blackstone. We are gonna do smashed tacos. I have never done this before, but I've seen it all over like TikTok and YouTube shorts, where you take a ball of meat, put it on the Blackstone, top it with a tortilla, smash it down, and so then you get ground beef all over the surface of your tortilla. You let that cook, you flip it over to grill the other side of the tortilla, and then you can add on your like taco seasoning on the top layer. And then you fold it up like a taco, put in your little taco fillings, and it looks delicious. So why the heck do I have this giant thing of ground beef? Well, I was shopping at the Costco Business Center and they had these 20-pound logs of ground beef, and it's 90% lean, 10% fat, good quality ground beef for $2 a pound. This whole thing was 20 bucks. So I bought 5 of them. I've already gone through 3 full ones. I've got, I think, 2 left. So my game plan is to form my ground beef into little balls, the size that I want for my tacos. I'm gonna put the ball shapes in a vacuum seal bag, and I'm gonna just use my chamber sealer to vacuum seal them closed. And then it'll be nice to just have them pre-portioned and ready to go when we wanna cook them up, and I'll just keep them in the fridge. This is my chamber vacuum sealer. Ah! Stay. You just stick the food in, clip it up here on the bar. I can't do this one-handed, so I'll film it in a second. Close the lid, you turn it on, and it sucks all the air out for you. It works so good. Look how cool that is. That's gonna keep these nice and fresh in the fridge until we go to use them in a couple of days. But I love it. It does kind of distort your meat a little because of the vacuum suction, but that's fine. They're still gonna be portioned out well enough for me to be able to easily grab. So I've got my bag of meatballs here. I just like to keep everything organized by meal. So I've got my tortillas. I'm gonna throw in the sour cream in here. All we're gonna put in them is, I'm gonna use salsa just as like our tomato inside of the taco. So we got salsa. What else do we need? Cheese. I'm gonna have the cheese packed already because of the quesadillas. Cheese, salsa, sour cream. I think that's all we're gonna do for taco toppings. These are ready for the camper. Dinner number 2 is a super simple one. I'll show you the ingredients I'll be using. Rao's marinara sauce from Costco. I got this package of pasta from Costco. What shape are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna do that middle swirly shape. I don't even know what it's called. Does it tell me the name? I don't know. And for the protein, we're gonna do these Amy Lou meatballs. They looked super good. They were on sale at Costco this week. So was the Rao's, FYI. And so I thought that would be so good just with their little Italian pasta night. It comes with 2 packages, so I'm just gonna bring one. This one I will stick in the freezer for another time. I didn't even look at how you cook these. They're all pre-cooked, so I think all we're doing is reheating them. So you can heat them up in the oven or on the stove top. Maybe I'll heat them up on the Blackstone. You just saute them until they're nice and browned. And you can add water for steam. Sounds like a perfect Blackstone project. And then just Parmesan cheese for a topping. Dinner number 2 in the books. And our final dinner, dinner number 3, is classic burgers. These grass-fed beef patties from Costco are my absolute favorite burgers. They cook up so nicely, even just from frozen. They're big, delicious. So I don't need to bring all of these. There's 5 of us, so we might make a couple extra. I'll probably bring like 8 or 9 burgers. And then I'm just gonna package up some lettuce, tomato, onion, and our condiments. Oh, and I did get stuff for a side dip. Got some red potatoes for us to dice up into small little pieces and cook that up on the Blackstone. Thought that would be delicious. So, burgers and fries. What better camping meal? Got the buns. Got the frozen patties. These will go in the freezer. Got my fresh ingredients that will go in the fridge. Got my potatoes. Dinner number 3 is ready to go in the camper. So if I'm thinking right, all I have left are like the condiments, which I'll just do separately, and my fresh fruits and veggies. So here are the fruits I'm gonna be bringing. We are gonna do blueberries, strawberries, grapes, apples. These are cucumbers. Oh, I also have some mini peppers that I want to grab. Something I learned on the internet. Have you heard that if you store fruit in a glass jar, it will last longer in your fridge? I did my Costco shopping yesterday. I am trying to stretch this fruit out so that it'll still be nice and fresh by this weekend when we are gone on our camping trip. Here are my fruits all jarred up. I'm gonna let you know on if my freshness test works in these glass mason jars. Are you ready for the most obvious camping dessert ever? Of course, s'mores. I love these square-shaped marshmallows for making s'mores because they're the perfect size to fit on your graham cracker and chocolate. I also got these at Costco. My kids, so when we fly Alaska Airlines, they always give out these cookie things. And my kids love them. I'm not a huge fan. My kids love them. So I thought it would be fun to make some s'mores out of these also. Sounds kind of good. We are so excited to go on a camping trip where we just go, set up camp, and get to hang out for a few nights. When we did our big RV trip, it was drive all day, park, set up camp, pack up quickly early in the morning, and get back on the road. Our kids are dying to go camping where we can just set up and hang out. It's gonna be in such a beautiful place. Homer, Alaska is down on the Kenai Peninsula. We're camping right on the beach. It's gonna be glorious. I will have to bring you along in another video and show you how I actually cook all of this food, show you how we use our Blackstone for the first time. If you're interested in our big RV trip, I have a video right here that shows everything that we did and all the freeze-dried meals that we brought with us that ended up being so good. I forgot to get the freeze-dried bananas. That was something that I wanted for this trip. Okay, I will be getting that. But in the meanwhile, I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.